Hello, we're back again, and welcome to Big Mouth Media with your host Jacob Toombs, your baby mama's favorite radio host,
That's
and
right.
we're gonna be chopping it up about the balance of music and film and how they go hand in hand and how they should connect together. If you're in the music industry, you definitely need to plug with the music supervisors of the film
Yeah,
industry. So it's
yeah.
special guest today, all the way from ATL, Georgia. I'm gonna let him
Yes,
introduce
sir.
himself. So tell the people who you are and what you do, my brother.
Man, shoot. My name Billy T, man. I from Atlanta, Georgia, and shoot, we breaking into this film industry. That we doing. We got a future film coming out, bosses. You know what I mean? We got a lot of local artists supporting it, man, down with it, on the soundtrack and some B-list celebrities, So yeah, that's how we rock.
Okay, okay, great. So let's break it down. We had spoke, that you breaking into this film industry, and let's talk about how you finally broke into the film industry and what all did it take for you to actually really break in.
Man, the funny thing is, me and my partner, man, we've been rocking together since 2000. You know what I mean? And he had already wrote the script for Bosses you know, back then. You know what I mean? And it was one of them things where, man, let's just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and push it. You know, and that's how we rock with it.
Okay,
But
so with him writing the script, man, when you first read the script, what impressed you about the script?
uh man, really, it didn't make me no difference one way or the other. But the script is dope. You know what I mean? The script is
Mhm,
dope. It's dope as
mhm.
hell. You know what I mean? But it didn't make me one way different. I'm a hustler, so I'm like, shoot, let's do it, man. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? That's something that I had a passion for. You know what I mean? For a
Okay,
minute. You know what I mean? A lot of cats, man, they jump into the music industry and stuff like that, man. I took the route of you know, the the film. I used to been around film for a little minute. So
right. So what's the what's the balance of how the film industry and the music industry goes together? For like really for the artists really don't know how important is how important it will be for them to connect with you know people in the film industry when it comes to casting directors, movie directors, the movie producers, the people that do movie scores,
yeah,
the music supervisors, so on and so forth.
yeah. I mean, it's in this day and age, man, it's real by the tell, man. Especially if you got some good music out there. You know what I mean? You're trying to get heard. The movie is going to push it in different arenas and different venues that you might not have thought about bringing your music to. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I tell some of the artists, just like Sammy Sound the Hitman out of Atlanta. You know what I mean? He had a song called Stepdaddy. You know what I mean? It was number one in Wyoming. You get what I'm saying? So the movie might bring it different places. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because it's a different stream of audience. You get what I'm saying?
right.
And shoot, to be honest, with you, a lot of times, man, you might not your hometown might not show the love like that from the beginning. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So you might have an audience somewhere else, and now where you need to go promote it. Now when you know what I mean, you get your CD sales and your your concert sales, you know what I mean? You know where to place your people at, your promoters at and stuff like that to get it on. You know, yeah, and as far as the music go too, vice versa with the movie. You know what I mean? You got different artists from all over the place. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Might tap into it just
Mhm.
cause. You know what I mean? And that's what we pushing out here, man. A sense of force, a sense of unity. You know what I mean? With the brothers and stuff out here out this way. You know what I
Right.
mean? And shoot, we coming forward, man. We
So,
we ain't-
so how would you say, like for an artist that's outside of the Atlanta, Georgia area, or outside of the Atlanta metropolitan area? So, what is the guidelines, or what is the direction that an artist from outside Atlanta, Georgia, that's trying to break into that Atlanta, Georgia area? What type of advice would you give them? You know, what would you say would be the best way to break into the Atlanta, Georgia area?
the best way probably is for somebody from coming out of town, man. You got to move down here. You know what I mean? You got to see. You got to be in the. You got to be in the movement, man. You got to be in the. You got to feel the vibration. You know what I mean? The sound of the streets and really be in the trenches out here. You get what I'm saying? Because Atlanta got his own sound. You know what I mean? And you know they got a lot of music festivals. Like I think this weekend they got the AC3 coming up. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
That's a big music festival down
Yeah,
here. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. That's a big deal. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, you got to get down with the scene that's going on around here, man. To get on. But as far as the music, I deal with a lot of artists because I'm in the music industry, so the soundtracks and the scoring, all that stuff plays a role. But as far as breaking in Atlanta, the Atlanta industry, you got to be here. I mean, this was still one of them cities where you got to know somebody. You get what I'm saying? Uh, but they accept everybody down here. You know what I mean? But it's about paying homage. You
You
get what I'm
know, I mean,
saying?
I myself, if I was telling artists to really break in the Atlanta scene, I think that they should definitely get up with DJ Jelly, DJ T Rock. Um, I think they should get up with ATL Record Pool or Miss Pam Brown. It's a few people that I know down there that's been on that movement for 20 years plus, and that can really plug you in until with all the major avenues, as far as from the festivals, from the record pools, from the red carpets, from the epic, MC battles, the DJ battles, and
So
all.
for sure, for sure, they gonna get your name in the mix. You know what I mean? It's gonna get your name in the mix. You know, uh, you know, down. This is they try to make it seem like it's a young man's game. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They try to make it seem like it's a young man's game. They try to make it seem like certain style, but whatever your style of music is, there's an outlet for it down here in the A. You know what I mean? And not just in the A, it's across worldwide. You know what I mean? It's folks having concerts overseas and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right,
And it's you got to have a direction. You got to have a team. You know what I mean? That's important. You got
right.
to have a direction. You got to have a team, man, and have a goal in mind. You know what I mean? There's a lot of there's a big wait, there's a big underground scene here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm aware about it because I'm down here, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's here, and you know, it's everywhere. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
I just got put on to some young cats out there in Alabama. You know what I mean? And they hitting. You know what I mean? They hitting hard. And you know, you just gotta know your lane. Once you discover your lane, you know yourself. You got your team in place. You know what I mean? You can attack. You know, you can attack anywhere. You know, Master P showed us that. You know what I mean? Shoot, Master P and Rap a Lot Records. You get what I'm saying?
right,
And so, and the power of connecting with people, the power of communing with people. You get what I'm saying?
right,
And being a stand up person, man, and standing on your square. You get what I'm saying?
right.
Uh, you know, that plays a big role. You know what I mean? But as far as like the movie scene, you get what I'm saying? It give you a chance for your music to be seen besides the YouTube, besides the normal everyday things. You know what I mean? It's getting played on a future film. You know, that's pretty big. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people don't get that type of chance, and for you to link up with even it's people that need jingles for commercials. You know what I mean? I'm listening to the commercials on the radio station from the law firms and everything else. You know what I mean? And there's some cats on there that's doing their thing. You know,
yeah.
so
Right. So with that whole Atlanta scene, you know, Atlanta has really took the music scene to a whole different level. Uh,
yeah,
it
yeah,
took
they
them,
did.
it took them some time to do it, you know, and you know, people ask me, how do people know about the Atlanta scene? And if I talk to people from New York, I talk to people from Philly, I talk to people from Chicago, I talk to people from Seattle, Washington, I talk to people from LA, Arizona. When I ask them this question, when we talk about the Atlanta scene, they say none other than Outkast.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man, hey, I grew up on Cas. I grew up on the whole dungeon. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Hey, hey, I can say they paved the way. You know what I mean? The ghetto mafias, the man, all them boys, man, they paved the way. Lil John, you know what I mean?
From Cool Breeze to Witch Doctor and all them boys, yeah.
Cool Breeze, the Witch Doctor. I had got to meet. I got a chance to meet the brother at the masquerade before they shut that down. You know what I mean? Cool brother.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. A lot of these boys paved the way. You know what I mean? So it's really all about paying homage.
You know,
Paying homage.
like
But
I
damn,
tell people, like big as Ti is right now, but what people don't understand, Ti was an underground artist, man. The first time I met Ti was in Greenwood, South Carolina, at a little small club called the Topaz that hold about 200 people, and
yeah,
that's when Tip was working on the mixtape with DJ Drama. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
way
yeah,
back in the day. So that's way back
yeah.
in the day. So you know, I tell them, man, your favorite artist haven't always been a big artist. You know, like they had to start somewhere too, man. So you know, and I done seen Lil Scrappy come down here and perform at small towns all through the
Yeah,
Carolinas, bro. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. They, that's they district. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they call it they go through the chitlin circuit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And once they survive that chicken circuit, man, they up there. You know what I mean? Their
Yeah.
connections is up. You know what I mean? The people that they meet is up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then sometimes it takes a little. Somebody has some money behind you, but you know everybody ain't got to go that route. You get what I'm
Not everybody,
saying?
but
Everybody ain't got to go that route.
I will say this, man, that Chitlin circuit is still making people famous because it definitely made the baby famous. I tell you that.
Oh
It definitely
yeah,
made the baby.
man. Shoot, you got the whole AUC down, Clark, Spelman, Morehouse, Moore Brown, you know what I mean? You got GSU, Georgia Tech down the street, you get what I'm saying? So you definitely want to tap into the Chitlin circuit. You definitely want to tap into the college scene, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Once you know your audience, you get what I'm saying? You got to know your audience. You know what I mean? You got to know who you catering to know
Right,
where to promote it. You get what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah,
And
it
you got
ain't
to tap in, and you got to tap into these fraternities, man, because if you're an artist and and your music has been connected with the college DJ, that DJ is probably one of the same DJ that that do the DJing for all these frat parties when you come to the Q Dogs and the
for
Kappas
sure,
and the Sigmas and the AKAs and the Deltas and the Zetas and stuff like that, man. So
for
for an
sure,
artist to throw a party with a fraternity, that's a whole nother audience, man.
for sure, for sure. I tell some of these the guys I work closely with, man, it a lot of times it ain't all about the money. You know what I mean? A lot of people be worrying
Mhm.
about the money. It ain't necessarily all about the money, man. It's about your relationship with people. You know what I mean? We got a radio station down here, that's a community-based radio station,
Right.
and they come on late night, you know what I mean? But all kind of people tap into it, truck drivers, people coming in and out the city, you know what I mean? Because when all the other radio stations is playing whatever they playing at night, they playing a lot of local stuff. You know what I mean? So you get to really hear some of the authenticity. You know what I mean? And I want to say a lot of these guys got their start there, man. I want to say Ludacris song was played there first. Lil Jon song, Raheem the Dream when when they had the bass music. You know what I mean? Kilo and all them. It come from a community base. You know what I mean? And they don't even really, I don't really know they how they get down like that. But their DJs is in a lot of these hip hop clubs, a
Yeah.
lot of these different clubs. You know what I mean? That some of everybody be in. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Uh, I tell them to get their credit right. You know what I mean? No matter how you getting your money, man, because this is a business. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Treat it like a business, man. Get your stuff straight. You know what I mean? Get your LLC straight. Get all your business straight. You know what I mean? And once you do that, you can really make some moves, man. And if you treat it like a business, at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff is a write off to you. You get what I'm saying? As
Right.
an artist, a lot of that stuff you putting in is a write off, and unfortunately, a lot of the brothers, and they don't treat it like a business. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they looking for a deal. They're looking for somebody to give them some money. You know what I mean? If they don't come in with their own money, you know what I mean? But if you get your stuff in order, you know what I mean, and get the team right, I seen people come from the bottom to the top easy. You know what I mean? It ain't rocket science as long as you got a good product. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You got a good product. Hey, it's you can get it off.
Right. And
You
so
can get it off.
The thing about ATL, ATL is a place where that product can be seen and be heard. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so, within that sector of the whole Atlanta metropolitan area, man, even if you're a cat that's not from Atlanta, bro, and like you can really show up and connect with somebody that's from Atlanta, that really got a strong following or really got a strong reputation of, branding and marketing people and stuff like that, you can still be seen and be heard. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
true that.
I think with a lot of artists, musicians, actors, and actresses and models and DJs, program directors, all the above, man. Atlanta is so warm and so inviting. If you have something of substance that is good for the Atlanta market, then it's gonna hit. It's definitely
Yeah.
gonna hit. And so, man,
Hmm.
let's go into about the structure of the film business. Because we did state that it's a business. So, um, for artists that don't know what it's like to put a film company together and having that corporate structure, so your film can get funding if you can't fund it yourself. Let's talk about the corporate structure of the film industry when you have created that that film company. You know what I mean? When you're new to the industry, but you got all your paperwork straight and you're a new company within the film industry, what is that structure and how do you navigate to become a household name?
Well, I can't really speak for everybody else, you know what I mean? But for me and my team, we got a strong team, and it was just dedication and the willingness to do it. You know what I mean? Having the balls to just jump out and do it. You know what I mean? I ain't go to no school for this stuff. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
can't I can't I can't tell nobody the right way to go about doing it. I know from my mistakes and just for doing the things I learned from it. You get what I'm saying? Uh, you just like anything, you build a team. You know what I mean? You build a team, and everything else gonna come behind it, man. You put God first. You know what I'm saying? And you put your left foot forward, man. Your right foot forward. Hey, you gonna run into the person that you need to meet. You know what I mean? That's how I got into it. I end up uh, uh, hollering at a good friend of mine. You know what I mean? She's an amazing actress. You know what I mean? Worked on some of the worked with some of the big names and stuff like that. And you know, I ended up telling her about the script I had with my homeboy. And with her being an actress, she gave me a lot of tips, man, a lot of sauce in the game about certain things, and I was like a sponge, man. I took in the information, man, and ran with it. And
Mm-hmm.
with my partner being real savvy with with technology and everything, man, it was just meant to happen, man. We started rolling and started connecting with different people. You know what I mean? Connected with other movie directors and stuff like that. And working with them working with us, and we seeing how everything moving, how everything going, and just jumped into it. You know what I mean? We looked at it, we said, shoot, we could do the same thing. You
Well,
know what I
okay.
mean?
Right.
And,
Well,
and,
well,
and push
well
forward.
right. Even though you didn't go to school for it, man, that don't make no difference, bro. Because
Nah,
it's so many millionaires that self taught. So
yeah, yeah, for
with
sure.
with that being said, man, when I asked you about the corporate structure, though, it's formally it's a formal way of you educating people that's trying to break into the industry. So when I
Yeah,
say
well,
the
the first
corporate structure,
thing,
because a
yeah, the
lot of
one,
people go ahead.
yeah, get you when you get rolling, you want to get you a team. When I say team, you need one of the things you need to get is an attorney. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
need to get your attorney, man. And if you don't know how to fill the paperwork out yourself, you need to get with somebody and write your contracts out. You know what I mean? You got to figure out, where you gonna get your actors and stuff from. Because when we first started rolling out, we was getting folks some of our friends and family members and folks out the neighborhoods and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And we elevated from that, and still they still with us, still with us, still doing their thing. We elevated from that and getting some real professional actors. You know, some of them, most of the actors been in different movies and different things already. You know what I mean? And start growing from there, man. Start expanding our network, man. Because your network, you know, it's cliche, but your network is your net worth. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's about who you know, who you connect with, man, and really watching, paying attention to everything. And if that's something that you really want to do, you know what I mean, you're gonna see it. They're gonna show you the game. They're gonna show you what you need to see. You know what I mean? And you go from there, man. We met heavyweights in the industry. You know what I mean? That's messing with us, and you know, hey, it's but then too, it ain't something that easy neither. You know what I mean? Because one of the first things that's going to affect you is your house. You know what I mean? Your social life, your friends, your family. You know what I mean? You got to really be dedicated to this. You know what I mean? Even in the music industry, you know what I mean? You got to be dedicated. You know, you got to go in and lay them verses down. You know what I mean? You got to put in some work. You know, and you know, this feature film we got, the name of it is Bosses. You know what I mean? My partner Fred, he's the director. I'm the producer. You know what I mean? And not only am I the producer, shoot, if it need be, I grab the camera. Whatever needs to be done, I'm gonna make sure that the job is done. You get what I'm saying? No matter what I need to do. So it's a lot of dedication to it. You know what I mean? And as far as structuring it, everything gonna come into play when it need to be. You know what I mean? As long as you educate yourself, man, and that's one of the biggest things. You got to educate yourself, man. You can listen to and study everybody to the moon. You get what I'm saying? And seeing the right things and the wrong things to do. Yeah, that's gonna give you some game, but it's about hands on. You know, and you start figuring out what you need to figure out along the way. You know what I mean? But you know, one of the most important thing is, and this is your network and your team. You know, and you need to get a lawyer. You need to just like with any business, figure out marketing. You know what I mean? You know, we got a team of promoters from all across the country, man. Just even dealing with a lot of these rappers from all over the place, New York, you know, Chicago. You get what I'm saying? Atlanta, Alabama. You get what I'm saying? A lot of these people got their own network. Like, most of everybody we work with, they their own boss anyway. You get what I'm saying? So you want to work with bosses. You want to work with people that's striving to get where you get. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get there. Trust me, you're gonna get there. You know what I mean? All the rest of that stuff, man, you're gonna learn as you go. But one of the major things you do need to have is an attorney. I can tell you that. You know, an attorney on your team. You know, right now we looking for a good accountant. You know what I mean, on our team. But for pretty much, man, we got a strong team, man. We you know, we ain't playing no games.
Do you guys have a PR?
Yes, we do have a PR. You get what I'm saying? But everybody is in-house that we messing with. Everybody in-house, everybody is it's like everybody stepping up, playing their position. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And that's why I said it's a little different with us because when we came through, man, we came through strong, and people believed in us. But they believed in the script, they believed in our team, man, and our team just built from there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We got people from all different walks of life that just so happen to have what we needed.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
So before we wrap it up, man, the movie is entitled Bosses. And so, how many other movies do you guys have under the 404 Productions? And shout out to 404 Productions, man. So glad I
I
can have them come through
appreciate it.
on Big Mouth Media and bless us
So,
with their experiences and all the above. So, how many other films do y'all have up under 404 Productions?
well, shoot, we got a couple more coming out, man. We got a comedy coming out. We got a gang of stuff coming out, but we're a bigger network, so uh we got plenty of movies coming out, man. Plenty of movies. We got about six in the at least six in the hole. You get what I'm saying? Like
Okay,
we
okay,
got some dope writers, you know what I mean? We got a brother named Woo, man, out there on the east side, man. He doing this thing. He writing these scripts, you know, putting them out, and they dope. You know what I mean? It's like everything now happening fast. You
mm-hmm,
know, these cats ain't waiting. You know what I mean? These cats are doing the thing.
mm-hmm,
So yeah, man, we got and shout out to Bo Boy over there, Homage Via Records, you know what I mean? With these
right,
artists, we got a gang of movies coming out through that network too,
okay,
so yeah, Bosses is the first film we putting out, but
okay,
we got several comedies, several dramas, we got some young dope writers, you know what I mean? And just giving everybody opportunity, you know what I mean? And that's what this platform really is for, man. Giving everybody a chance, an opportunity. You know what I mean? People that people that's talented, man. That's from the city, man. That's real talented, man. And they making moves, making their way too. You know what I mean? We just giving everybody a platform to come on to, man, and do their thing. And
okay, okay.
yeah, we
And so,
support.
with that being said, with the movie Bosses, man, can you give us a briefing on Bosses and what the audience should expect, and just a little small briefing because we don't want to spoil anything that that the naked eye is going to capture. So just a little small little
Yeah,
briefing on what we can expect out the movie Bosses.
yeah, man. You gonna expect a real good ass movie, man. For real, it was written by my partner, man. Fred is dope as hell. Is a drama crime movie. You get what I'm saying? And it's dope. You got cartels in the movie. You know what I mean? You got the feds in the movie. You know what I mean? You got a lot of Atlanta D boys in the movie. You get what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, man. You got 24 hours to get out of town, man, and you got politicians and everything, man. You got a politician, man. He trying to get elected. You get what I'm saying? And he need the streets cleaned out, but he got family members that's still in the streets that he need to get out the way, and they
Mm,
family, they blood. You know what I mean?
right.
So yeah, he trying to clean the streets up to do his thing, but he's still a little dirty. So
Mm, okay then.
yeah.
Okay,
That's yes, sir.
it sounds like it's gonna be very interesting. You got the bad boys, you got the politicians, you got the big bosses that lay back and have the feds on payroll and stuff like that. So it's going to be a great feature film. So with this film, can we expect this film on streaming platforms? But can we expect it in the
For
theaters,
sure.
or
For
how
sure.
big would this film be?
Yeah, well, it's gonna be, we want it to be in the theaters. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be a
Okay.
future film, but we got a couple deals on the table. I ain't gonna speak too much about it, but
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to be in the theaters. You know what I mean? This is a big feature film. Something that everybody gonna want to watch. Something everybody gonna want to be a part of, and the soundtrack is dope. When I say the
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack dope, the soundtrack hitting. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? We got we got we got we got my folks up there from Chicago, Alabama. All over, all we touching all sides of Atlanta, east, west, north, and south. You know what I mean? We got all the flavors in and the actors are dope. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some of your favorite actors from different little scenes, different little movies that you don't seen. So it's gonna be hitting.
Can we
Definitely
expect
gonna be
A
dope.
list? Can we expect A listers or B listers or both?
Uh, I would say a little bit of both. You know what I mean? A little bit of both. In this day and time, there's a lot of uh, uh, A-list celebrities that's on different platforms. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They on different platforms, and yeah, they support and they loving it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They loving it. They supporting it. They down with it. Some of them acting in, some of them drop the song, drop the track for the soundtrack. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be one of them things. It's gonna be a surprise. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So with that being said, man, who who should we look out for, or can you tell us, when you will have the next casting call? Because people from out of town may want to come and audition for your cast, man. So um, I know you said that you want your film company and your castings to be global, so nationwide. So can you tell us when you will have another casting, or tell us how we can get in contact with you to find out when the castings are coming?
Yeah, for sure. We got casting down. As a matter of fact, you know, before Woo, we got the Dirty we doing. You get what I'm saying? And the Dirty is a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And not a podcast. I'm sorry, web series. Excuse me, it's a web series. You know what I
Web series.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And we casting for that now too. You can contact us through the website. You know what I'm saying? That 404 Productions. Get on that
Okay.
website and hit us
That
up, send us a message, or hit us up on Facebook. You
okay.
know,
That is www.404productions.net.
yeah,
Um,
that's
so
that's
so he Billy T said hit him up, and somebody on the staff will get back to you ASAP, and you can work out the particulars and find out when the casting calls are, find out when you managers and you labels, you can also find out how your artists can submit music for soundtracks. You can also find out for boutique owners and designers and stuff like that. You can hit the website up and find out how you can be a part of the costume wardrobe. So there's a lot
oh
of
yeah,
things that you can do. So you know what I mean.
makeup,
And
hair. You know what I mean? It's a whole industry. It's a
yes, sir.
whole industry.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all of that. You know
Word.
what I mean? All of that.
So, Billy T, man, is there any shout outs you want to give out before we get out of here, brother?
Yeah, shout out to my partner Fred. You know what I mean? He like I said, he directing bosses, you know. Shout out to Sack Boss Entertainment. You know what I mean? Them boys been a big help. You know, big time promoters in the city. You know, so a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all artists, you know, hey, check them boys out. Holler at them boys, man. They doing it big in the city, man. Big time promoters. Shout out to my man Cyrus for hooking me up, linking me up. You get what I'm saying?
Word,
Uh,
word.
uh, you know, this is big. I normally tell people I'm behind the scenes. I don't really even be on the front street like that. You know what I mean? I be behind the scenes. A lot of the actors, they be like, so what role you play? Like I don't play no roles.
Right, 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 right. Right, but
So,
Cyrus thought it would be a good look for me and you to link up on the Big Mouth Media podcast, and
yes,
he said
yeah.
y'all should link up, and he also said that I know that y'all would be linking up for some future business because he said he's going to orchestrate this business. So you know what I mean.
Oh
So
yeah,
he already
yeah.
told me that.
Most definitely, man. Si's my partner, man. You know, we've been rocking for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, and shout out to you, man. Shout out to Big Mouth, podcast, man. Keep doing your thing.
Yes,
I
sir.
like to see
Yes,
like
sir.
this. I like to link up with like-minded people, man, brothers out here, man, getting it on. You get what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
So yeah, for sure.
Word. So man, to the next time, man. This is the Big Mouth Media Podcast. I am Jacob Toombs, your baby mama's favorite radio host. And so to the next time, man, we're gonna say peace, love, and blessings. Everybody have a great and positive weekend.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace, peace.